So guys, welcome back to the channel. Joffrey Noodle Legs here today, doing another little top 10 for you today. Another horror top 10. Today I'm going through my top 10 favourite Italian horror movies. So these are mostly going to be 1970s and 80s movies, because that's when Italian horror was like, it was at its prime, and it was like really hitting sort of like the worldwide sort of like audience. I think because the Italian horrors were a bit more adventurous than a lot of like our sort of horrors or American horrors. They were just that little bit more daring to go that little bit further and be a bit more gorier and a bit more sort of like not afraid to do anything. So this is going to be, and a lot of these ended up as video nasties because of that. So we're going to do a top 10 of Italian horror. So I've got two honourable mentions before we get into the top 10, because this one is a little bit difficult to not put in there because it's actually classed as an American film, and it's a Nightmare of a Damaged Brain. But it's actually Italian directors, Italian cast, but it's done as an American slasher movie. So I thought, well, I won't put it in, just in case anybody sort of like says, "Oh, that's not a that's not a horror. That's not an Italian horror, Joff. That's an American." So I've not put it in there, although I love the movie. I've just changed the cover around because I like that one more. Nightmare of a Damaged Brain, really good movie, really cool, quite gory. It was a video nasty back in the day. I think it was just called Nightmares. Um, there we go, Nightmares of Damaged Brain. The other honourable mention is a bit different because it's not a film; it's a book, and it's Eaten Alive: Italian Cannibal and Zombie Movies. This is a fantastic book. It covers the whole sort of Italian um, market of zombie movies and all sorts of things to do with like all the your Italian films that were really sort of prevalent. Um, so yeah, here we go, Zombie Holocaust and things like that. So it covers all the sort of zombie movies, not all zombie movies, because a lot of the Italian films that weren't particularly zombie movies but still had zombies in it. One of them's in here, but films like Cemetery by the Gate and things like that, which were not really particularly zombie films, but zombies were in it. But this has got like the cannibal films, Cannibal Ferox, Cannibal Holocaust, and things like that. So that's a really, really cool book. If you ever get the chance to pick this up, I'm not sure if it's still in print. I've had this a number of years now, but it's a really good read. Eaten Alive. So we get to me top 10. All right, in at number 10 is a bit of a cult film, a bit of a cult following sort of film. I really, really like it, and I wanted to put it in there. And it is the Nightmare Beach. Really cool sort of film. It's about this guy with a motorbike that kills these young kids in this sort of like beach area. One of the kids' friends goes missing, and they're looking for him, and there's this killer on the motorbike. He sort of electrifies the kids. It's a really, really cool film. It's probably one of the tamest of the Italian sort of films, but I actually really like it. I actually like the story, and I found it great fun watch. Real good popcorn movie. Nightmare Beach at number 10. Number 9 is also another cool one, and this is an alien sort of rip-off film, and it's Contamination. Again, I really like this film. Underrated Italian film. It's a bit of a slow burn, but it's got some really cool gore in there. This is the Arrow edition, which is really good. It's got a really cool booklet with it and stuff like that. So it's the first pressing. But yeah, it's a bit of an alien sort of rip off, but it is a really good film. I highly recommend watching Contamination if you're into your sci-fi horror. That's a cool film. That's number 9. Number 8 is probably everybody's favourite Italian horror film, and it's not my favourite, but I do love it, and it's Dario Argento's Suspiria. I don't own this on Blu-ray, sadly, I only own it on DVD. This is the Anchor Bay version of it, so it's quite an old DVD, but it's still a very good DVD. It's a double disc, and it's really cool. It's got an amazing booklet with it. I'll just show you what this one comes with. It comes with a booklet, and it also comes with like lots of art cards and stuff. So it's a really cool edition. It's got a great booklet with lots of different posters and pictures from the film and lots of essays from the film. It's a really cool booklet, and I do like that. I think that should have been the cover artwork, to be honest, rather than that. It comes with the art cards. I'll show you those as well. So it's got some really cool art cards. These are really cool because these are quite large, sort of lobby card size. Really cool pictures. Classic one there. So yeah, this comes with art cards and it comes with a booklet. So it's a really good edition on Blu-ray, and that's probably on DVD, and that's probably the reason why I've never really felt the reason to upgrade it. The only reason I'd be upgrading it would be for the picture quality, but the picture quality is not too bad on this. But it is a classic Italian horror movie from the 70s called Suspiria. Again, I believe it hit the video nasty. Contamination was a video nasty. I'm not sure about Nightmare Beach. I wouldn't have thought so, but I believe this hit the video nasty. And that was my number 8, was it? Let's have a quick look for you. So I've got 10, 9, 8, 8. Yes, number 7 is another sort of video nasty, which is an amazing film. Absolutely love this film. And it's called Stage Fright. Really cool film. It's another slasher movie, a little bit like Phantom of the Opera, based in like a theatre with a killer going around killing off the cast and stuff. A really cool sort of film, not too dissimilar to Phantom of the Opera sort of story, I suppose. But no, but the only problem is you know they tell you the killer is pretty much at the beginning of the film. But yeah, it's a good little film. I really enjoyed it. Cool film. And it's great to have this edition in my collection. Really cool. Stage Fright. Number 7. That was, wasn't it? Yep. Number 6. Here we go. I'm going to try and pronounce it, guy. Anthropophagus, or Savage Island. I love this film. There was another one with the same character called Absurd, which is really cool. This is based on like a these people go to like this island to look after this child, and the island's been deserted, and there's this madman on there, and it's a really cool film. Underrated film again, but it's a really cool sort of mystery. It's got good atmosphere in it. I really like it. And I think it's a little bit underrated. Not too bad. There is some quite gore and some infamous moments in there. So yeah, it can be a bit of a gory watch. Again, it's another video nasty, but it's a really good film if you've not seen it. And I'm not going to attempt to pronounce it again, but so I'll call it by its Western name of the Savage Island. Really cool film. So to the top 5. That was number 6. Number 5 is a classic from the trilogy of films, the Gateway to Hell films, for 60 films, and this is the Beyond. This is probably my favourite of them. They did House by the Cemetery, this one, and the other one was called, oh come on guys, what's it called? City of the Living Dead. That's it. And this is the other one in the trilogy of the Gates of Hell. It's about this book that sort of opens up the gates of hell, and all these sort of stories sort of revolve around this sort of book, and they're really strange stories. It's got a bit of haunting in it, it's got zombies, and it's a really messed up story. Difficult to sort of like give you a synopsis on it. It's quite messed up, but it's about this woman who buys this old sort of hotel, and it's like haunted. It's got zombies. It's a really good film. It's a good watch. Definitely watch The Beyond, City of Living Dead, and Cemetery by the Gate. They're all cool. They're all video nasties. They're all really good films, and that is in at my number 5. Number 4 is a Mario Bava film, a classic from like 1971, I think, and it's Bay of Blood, or Death of the Twitch Nerve, whatever they call it. Yeah, this is a typical sort of slasher movie about this family trying to inherit this bay, and someone trying to kill people off because they want the bay for themselves to sort of like renovate it, and so, you know, it's based on like that sort of story, and it's a real slasher sort of film. Really cool. Got some cool deaths. Again, another video nasty. Again, another quite a gory film. Infamous sort of like slasher movie. If you're into your slasher movies, you all would have heard of Bay of Blood, because this is one of the earlier ones that sort of really got the slasher movie into its sort of like its own. You know, like this, the Notorious Trap, films like that. Really cool. So down to me top 3. A classic in at number 3. Really like this film. Really cool. One of my favourites from the 80s, and it's Demons. A really cool film based in the cinema. When they're watching a horror film, when there's demons, and the demons come alive in the cinema because the girl scratches herself on the mask and she becomes possessed by these demons, and then it's like loads of them get killed and turn into demons, and they're after trying to survive. It's a survival horror. Really cool film. This is a good set from Arrow. We'll take all that out. But yeah, this is a good set. It's got let me turn that around for you. Both Blu-rays, Demons and Demons 2. Demons 3 was not as good. It's also got a booklet with it, which is quite cool. Let me pop that back in. This is one of those silly covers that are on the front. So, Demons, number 3. Number 2 is my favourite Dario Argento film, and it's Tenebrae. I absolutely love this movie. He's a master of these sort of Italian sort of slasher giallo films, and this is fantastic. Really cool film about this guy who's an orphan. He writes this book, and there's someone doing killings sort of based upon the killings in the book, and it's like it's a whodunit sort of slasher giallo film. Again, another video nasty. Can be quite gory at places. It's got a fantastic ending to the film. Really good film. It's amazing. I will one day, guys, do a video review of this one, because it is one of my favourite films, Tenebrae. So that can only leave one for one, really, can't it? And it's probably my 3rd favourite zombie film of all time, and it has to be Zombie Flesh Eaters. Future's Zombie Flesh Eaters is a great movie. I believe it's supposed to have been the follow-up to Dawn of the Dead, the George Romero's film, but obviously it's not. This is the double disc version, which is cool. It's got a reversible slip cover, but yeah, it was supposed to have been like his version of it. I think it was called Zombie 2 or Zombie. Can't remember now what they called it in Italy. But yeah, Zombie Flesh Eaters. It's about these zombies that sort of like come over to New York. I think they get carted on this boat, and then they're all rampaging in New York with and it all goes back to this island. And Ian McCulloch and the crew head off to this island where this zombie sort of thing's all kicked off, because they haven't heard from the doctor there, and the whole island's been taken over with zombies. And it's got some really cool sort of zombie moments in there, with zombies coming out of the ground and stuff like that. Real classic sort of horror, you know, like that sort of look to the film. It's a great film. Again, it's another video nasty. It's quite gory, this one, actually, along with Zombie Creeping Flesh and Zombie Holocaust. That all 3 of those are really quite gory zombie movies. the Italians love their zombie movies. They made quite a few zombie and cannibal movies, hence why there's even like a huge book on them. It's because there's loads of them. So this is a really cool. This is my favourite one of them, and it's my favourite Italian horror film. It's really really cool. It's difficult because I didn't know which one to put at the front because I love them both so much, and I love demons, but Zombie Flesh Eaters is the classic, isn't it? Really. So that is my top 10 favourite Italian horrors. What are yours? And I know most of you will probably say Suspiria and things like that because it's an amazing movie. But you know what I'm like? I don't tend to choose the obvious. I don't tend to go with what everyone else likes. Sometimes some people think, well, how's that in your top 10? Because I go into my horror movies with zero expectations. I told you before, I'm not expecting anything from it. If you do, you're going to get disappointed and not enjoy the film so much. So I go in with zero expectation. So that's why I have some quite strange films in there. Stage fright or um, Nightmare Beach, and people are like, well, how can that be in your top 10? And you've left out Cemetery by the House by the Cemetery or City of the Living Dead or what other ones have we got up here? Italian films. We've got loads. We've got hundreds of Italian movies. Um, yeah, and I just can't put any more in the top 10 than 10. And the reason why I like some of these above some of the others is because they are a bit different than the others. Deep Red, and Phenomena, and all these sort of giallo sort of films that I've got. Um, I just don't be afraid of the dark or whatever it's called. Don't the all these sort of ones. Really good films, but that's my top 10, and I like mine to be a bit more. It's quite diverse, isn't it? Because it's like it, if I just liked all the top ones everyone else liked, then it's not really my choice, is it? Or my imagination or my sort of views. So that's why you might find in my top 10s, not just this one, some of my others, some strange films in there, thinking, how can you put that in there? Because to me, I've seen something in there that you maybe haven't, and that's what it is. But that's mine, and I'm waffling. Uh, Check out some channels with me, guys, please. Check out Horror Hands. Check out the Horror Geek. Check out Man v Film. Check out Pizzawell. Check out I Am Ice Lord. Check out Sarah of Horror, Horror Intelligent RS Designs. All really good channels. Until next time, guys, look after yourselves. Look after one another, and I hope I see you all soon.